Hello gamers out there, this is Arc3 giving you another swgoh video, and today we will go through Maul's Kit. So let's get right into it. So now we're in Reality Skewed Gamers channel, where CG actually had a special interview with RSG, and they were able to reveal the kit through this method, and I would like to applaud CG for that, as this would help build the community moving forward and interacting with other content creators as well. So they're like getting in touch more and more into the community, or getting themselves more involved. So hopefully we will have more interactions such as this. And I will provide the links like this video and of course the interview regarding the kit with, I believe, SB Crab and CG Miller down in the description below. So let's get right into the kit. So as we all know already, Maul will be a dark side attacker and leader for the Mandalorian faction, and as well as he will have the unaligned force user tag. We will also have a new debuff called Anguish. So Maul takes damage every time he takes a turn, and this damage he gets from himself will be an offense equal to the amount that he takes. So we will see that in the next clip that will segment I will show. And he will have a special synergy with Lord Vader, and I believe during the interview with the devs, the specialized synergy with Lord Vader would be the damage that he takes with himself, or I'm not sure anymore, either the damage he takes with himself or the damage he does to his enemy. So if someone in the comment section can clarify that for me, please do, because I'm like a bit confused, or I've already forgot about what that specialized synergy. But yes, he will have a specialized synergy with Lord Vader, even if there's no Sith tag involved, or like Sith tag given to Maul. So let's get to the kit. So first, his basic, which of course will show the new debuff called Anguish. So crushing blow, deal physical damage to target enemies, and if this is the first attack Maul used in his turn, Maul gains 1 stack of Anguish, and of course this is stacking, maximum of 5. And if it critically hits, Maul gains another stack of Anguish. So that means if it critically hits, he gets 2 stacks instead of 1. So what is Anguish? Anguish takes damage at the start of their turn, equal to 2% of their max health, for each stack of Anguish, and gains that much offense until the end of the turn. This character can't be defeated by this damage. So a lot of Anguish, so he's dealing damage to himself, and he's using that Anguish to turn into power, or like offense. So pretty reminiscent of what he was during the Clone Wars. So next up will be his first special, and I believe there are 3 Zetas for this character. So special 1, Fervent Rush, cooldown of 3. So he dispel all buffs on the target enemy. So here, dispel all buffs on the target enemy. So you really have to click which target enemy you want to dispel the buff. It's not a mass dispel, it's a single buff dispel. So just to clarify, maybe you'll get confused when you start using him, why like all of the buffs from the other characters are not removed but only 1. So it's a single buff dispel, guys. So deal physical damage to enemies and inflict offense down for 2 turns. This attack deals 5% more damage for each buff dispelled. Maul gains 2 stacks of Anguish, stacking, again, maximum of 5. So his kit is revolving around Anguish. So he will never, I guess, run out of Anguish as long as you keep using his special or basics. So if an enemy was defeated by this attack, Maul instead gains the maximum stack of Anguish. So this is actually like already like the devs really wanting a Maul to be this powerhouse character where he just deals damage all the time. So let's move on to the next ability. So special number 2, Seething Rage, which is a Zeta ability. Cooldown of 0, deal true damage to target enemy and inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. If Maul has 5 Anguish, increase target enemies cooldowns by 2, excluding raid bosses and galactic legends. So as much as possible, you want to have 5 Anguish with Maul, and you will always have 5 Anguish which I will explain later the implications of this. And if you're able to do this, you will like slow down the opposing team. And of course, you want to like continuously slow them down and give yourself the advantage. So Maul loses 1 stack of Anguish and takes a bonus turn. This attack can't be countered. Each time this ability is used, it deals 60% more damage on subsequent uses. Sorry for my English. And increases by an additional 60% until Maul uses a different ability during his turn. This ability can't be used unless Maul has Anguish. So, if I understand this correctly, as long as this Seething Rage has a 0 cooldown and you can use it like 5 times, at the end of 5 times, let's say 5 consecutive uses, you'll be dealing like 300% damage at the last hit. So this is, I guess, a very strong AoE ability or a single target ability. As much as possible, you want to use Seething Rage when you have 5 stacks of Anguish, and you can like use your basic or your special one to continuously have 5 stacks so that you can keep reducing your opponent's cooldowns by 2. So maybe that's the strategy, but let's see when the other content creators such as Arnold, Cubs fan, or like maybe AP Gains or other big content creators, Seraph, and All Be All, do their testing. Let's move now to the leadership ability called Usurper. It's very long. So what's important here is that you will have a new buff called Mandalore. And if you have a full Mandalorian team, you will gain 25% max health and 125% offense, because for each ally, Mandalorian ally specifically, you'll be gaining 5% more max health and 25% offense. The kit is a bit complicated, but when a character, I'll just read it out loud. So when a character with Mandalore is defeated, the character that defeated them gains Mandalore until they're defeated. So it's like a callback to season 5 of the Star Wars Clone Wars, where Maul was able to take the mantle of Mandalore, and then since he was, I guess, defeated, someone else took the mantle of Mandalore. So it's somewhat like a callback. And then while there are 2 Mandalore buffs on allied characters, all Mandalorian allies deal 50% more damage during their turn. So Mandalore, it says Mandalorian allies assist, dealing 50% less damage when this character uses an ability during their turn. And at the start of every turn, dispel all debuffs on the healthiest Mandalorian ally without Mandalore. And that ally gains taunt and 100% defense until the end of the turn. So, to be honest, not much to say on this kit. In this like leadership ability. We have to like wait and see 3 to 4 months down the road when the character is like released, or once people start unlocking them, and we can like see how this affects the Mandalorian faction as a whole. But I believe this will like elevate them, as they are right now lacking damage, and there's not much like a powerhouse leading them. This is Maul's last ability, called Bound by Hatred. So it's a unique ability, and it's also a Zeta ability. Maul's attacks are unavoidable, and he has 15% offense. At the start of the battle, Maul gains Frenzy and Retribution for 2 turns and 3 stacks of Anguish, stacking maximum of 5. If there is an enemy Kenobi, Maul instead gains the maximum stacks of Anguish. So if, let's say, there's Galactic Legends Kenobi on the opposing team with Commander Ahsoka Tano, and you get the initial turn first, remember that in the first special, you can reduce cooldowns by 2 as long as you have maximum 5 stacks of Anguish. So as long as you get that off, you can like slow down Galactic Legend Kenobi team. And this is actually a counter to Commander Ahsoka Tano, where she can no longer do the insta-kill. But there's one kicker. If Commander Ahsoka Tano is faster than your Maul, then she will always have that insta-kill available. So the trick here, or the challenge here, is to make sure that your Maul goes first before Commander Ahsoka Tano takes her turn. Otherwise, she will like insta-kill your tank. So let's finish the kit. So while Maul has 3 or more stacks of Anguish, he is immune to stun and ability block. While Maul has 5 stacks of Anguish, he ignores taunt and is always critically hit by enemy attacks. So as you can see, Anguish is a very important debuff for Maul, as he can no longer, like, cannot be stunned, it cannot be ability blocked. So it's like immune to these status effects. But even if, like, the downside here is, even if you ignore taunt, you like have immunity to stun and ability block, but you can like easily be critically hit by enemy attacks. So that's like the trade-off there. And maybe like during 5v5 scenarios, the tactic, or let's say the strategy, is to take out Maul as fast as possible, especially that Galactic Legend Kenobi has mass assist ability. So that is all for the kit reveal. Apologies for the low energy. I just came back from work. I'm a bit tired, but if you like this video or enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, as I will be continuously putting out content in the future for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and maybe some computer games as the channel continues to grow. So that's all for tonight, gamers, and have a great evening or morning wherever you are.